Terror attacks, vehicles set ablaze, abductions, civilians dragged and shot dead, army camps stormed, soldiers killed. Shocking scenes emerge from Balochistan. Baloch Liberation Army claims responsibility for bloodshed. Says 100 plus Pakistan soldiers killed. Execution style killing fans horror. What's happening in Balochistan? In Pakistan's Balochistan province, a wave of brutal assaults by separatist fighters on August 26 led to widespread bloodbath. The attacks targeted law enforcement facilities, transportation infrastructure, and highways, drawing significant retaliation. Widespread insurgent violence in recent years have been described as a devastating escalation in Balochistan's decades-long fight for independence. Now, BLA in a statement claimed responsibility for these operations, describing them as part of Operation Herof or Dark Windy Storm. In a gruesome terror attack, unidentified gunmen ambushed buses in Balochistan's Musaq Hills district. The terrorists offloaded passengers from the bus and shot dead at least 23 travelers in a targeted attack. Now, BLA claimed that it killed over 100 Pakistani soldiers during its offensive, dubbed Operation Herof. Pakistani authorities, however, differ, stating 14 soldiers and police officers were killed alongside 21 militants. Now, this brutal surge in violence raises critical questions about the ongoing conflict in Balochistan. Why has the insurgency in Balochistan escalated to such extreme levels? As BLA bleeds Pakistan, what measures will Islamabad take to stop separatists? Now, how does the involvement of China in Balochistan's resources impact the conflict? What role, if any, does the international community have in mediating or addressing the unrest in Balochistan? Now, the scale and ruthlessness of the attacks set them apart from typical militant operations in the region. Reports indicate that insurgents dragged people off vehicles, attacked police stations, and blew up a railway bridge, disrupting vital transportation links.
आप समझते हैं कि ये बंदूक के जरिए आप बलूचिस्तान को खुदा न खास्ता तोड़ना चाहते हैं, ये खामख्याली है। ये अगले 1000 साल तक नहीं होने वाला और इस तरह के हमले हमारे रिजॉल्व को कम नहीं कर सकते। मैं समझता हूँ कि हम इंशाल्लाह ताला अपने ये जितने भी शोधा हैं उनका न सिर्फ बदला लिया जाएगा, बल्कि जो सवाल हमारे लिए दहशतगर्द छोड़ के गए हैं उसी अंदाज में उसका जवाब दिया जाएगा। कानून के मुताबिक इंशाल्लाह ताला उनको करार वाकई सजाएं दी जाएंगी।
Balochistan Chief Minister Sarfaraz Bukti confirmed that 38 civilians had also been killed, with 23 of them dying in roadside ambushes where militants checked passengers' IDs before shooting them and setting their vehicles ablaze. Now, the BLA's attacks were widespread, hitting key infrastructure and police stations across the province. Rail traffic to Quetta was suspended after militants bombed a rail bridge that connects the provincial capital to the rest of the country. A railway line linking Balochistan to neighboring Iran was also targeted, further isolating the province from essential transportation routes. Now, in addition to the conventional attacks, the BLA claimed that 4 suicide bombers, including a woman from Gwadar, were involved in an assault on a paramilitary base in Bela. While Pakistani officials did not confirm these suicide blasts, they acknowledged that 3 people had died in the attack on the base. Now, August 26th, the day of the attacks, marks the anniversary of the death of Baloch nationalist leader Akbar Bukti, who was killed by Pakistani security forces in 2006. Now, his death remains a significant point of contention for Baloch separatists, and the attacks on this anniversary suggest that his legacy continues to fuel the conflict. Balochistan, Pakistan's largest province by area, is also its most resource-rich. The province, which accounts for nearly 44% of Pakistan's land area, is a critical hub for China-led projects, including the multi-billion-dollar China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Now, despite its wealth in natural resources such as gas and minerals, Balochistan remains one of the most underdeveloped regions in the country, fueling resentment amongst locals and driving the long-standing insurgency. Now, Beijing on August 27th strongly condemned the terrorist attacks in Pakistan's Balochistan province. Addressing the attacks, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian expressed China's firm opposition to terrorism during a daily press briefing. Now, Lin emphasized that China would continue to back Pakistan's counter-terrorism operations, pledging support to help Islamabad maintain social unity, stability, and protect its people. So, as Balochistan reels from this latest bout of violence, the question remains, where does the province go from here? The insurgency shows no signs of abating, and with Pakistan's focus on securing Chinese investments, the underlying grievances of the Baloch people continue to be ignored. So, is there a path forward for Balochistan that doesn't involve further bloodshed, or is this conflict destined to continue claiming lives on both sides?